this week, I appreciate that kind of moral support from the community. Every now and then you get that, no matter who you are, all right? Pitt welcomes everybody, all right? Welcome back, everybody, welcome back. All right, but listen, yo, to everybody that, listen, my study group, we study. You're not in my student organization, you're nothing, everything was a trial period. Even I myself am a trial period, okay? Consider me like an incubator little phase, right? Okay, so this week though, via Zoom, right? We're not doing this in person. I'm not cuffing anybody. Nobody's using my cuffs to cuff me. None of that, all right? These are for mine and mine only, to hold until God tells me what to do, and God comes in the form of small ships, which is Pittsburgh Police. So if they don't tell me to use it...
Hey, you can do that again? Hey,
I'm not my name's Officer Cornelio.
Officer, you can do that little...
Oh, the back bend?
Yeah.
Yo, Mayweather's the shit, right?
Yeah.
That's my guy. Yeah, that's where I saw that shit.
For real?
Yeah.
You can do that again for me?
I mean, right now I'm working, but another time.
Already.
All right, man, stay focused, man. So, but what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna practice, all right, via Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Okay? You keep it 2 or 3 in, and you wanna, because it's never, no matter how many grease, when you get it brand new, it's never gonna click all the way, shut for you. You gotta do it yourself, which is really, it comes with time and practice and practice and practice. Ask a professional what they're talking about. I'm just simulation incubation phase, all right? But what I'm doing is, I'm practicing like this. You do that with your own cuffs. If you want to do that at your own risk, you're more than welcome to. That's on you, all right? And then like that, okay? So what it is, this is what I'm doing, like this, like that, and trying not, because I want to count. And then what I got to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5, right? So when it locked on 5. But when it started, it was on 2. So we get it all the way right there. Okay, that's lined and even. That's 1. That's 2. All right? So again, I'm gonna try like this, like that. Okay, and then like that. When I do it like that, so this time it was 2 out. So I got to try and balance that, okay? Because there's no trying. Either you do it, or you don't do it. And if it's a shoe keeper, that's your own risk, my own risk, okay? But the practice is that, like that, and then be able to, get to the other cup like that, and like that. Because, see, this is the trouble for me or you, or for anybody attempting to do this beyond role play in your bedroom, okay? All that is imaginary, la la land. I would hope to never do that. I never ever use cuffs in the bedroom. I would hope to never ever do that, okay? If you want to use that, get some fake cuffs that are not real, that can open by themselves, nothing with the key, or you're going to go to jail, all right? I'm not going with you. I would never do that, all right? So what we're going to do here is, all right, you practice, right? I practice, right? Because this is the tough part. The tough part is, first you got to get 1. First, you need compliance, right? So how are you going to shoe keeper, right? How am I going to shoe keeper? How am I going to citizen arrest? How are you going to citizen arrest? As a security guard or whatever we're doing, right? If we don't have something, whenever the guy doesn't want to listen to us or the female doesn't want to listen to us and they don't want to comply. How? We got one on and the other one off and they take off with our cuffs. No matter what. Whatever bad happens to their body, that's my fault, that's your fault, that's whoever's fault did that. So what it has to be is, it has to be on both of them, and they have to be exactly still all the way until somebody transports them to a jail or releases them, free to go. So whenever a responder comes on the scene, says, whose cuffs are those? And you say it's yours, or I say it's mine, and the person suffers from some form of damage to their body, that's my fault or that's your fault, or whoever would dare that. Whether it's role play in the bedroom or you're trying to be a security guard for whatever reason. It's really no excuse. They have to be under compliance. Even if they don't want to, the law enforcement officer, and that's why I really want you to get the understanding of the difference between a law enforcement officer and a police officer. Police is too vague for me. Law enforcement officer, I trust that. I trust that because that means that you got it under control. So a person has to put both of their hands together. So when you don't want to put your hands together, the person doesn't want to, it's not a black thing. They're not doing it to black people. It's wrestling. They do it to white people. They do it to women if needs be. The knee has to go on your back. You could call it the law of gravity. You can call it the law of physics. You can blame Newton. I didn't come up with the rules. You have to stay down. It's for your own safety. It's for whoever's safety. Even if it's me on the ground, you got to stay down. So whether the knee goes in your back or wherever it goes, wherever the officer who's trained to do that via police academy, when they're sworn in to do that, if you're sworn in, you're going to do it right. I'm not sworn in. I'm not sworn in nowhere. I'm non-sworn. Well, I contract for myself. Contract. And what I contract is lab. I'm going to say it a billion times. From now until Jesus comes back, I just do lab work. These are simulation for one day when I use for my security company. This isn't for forensics duty at all. This is for security. When somebody hires me, takes me on as a contractor, and they become my client, contract based only, where if anything goes wrong, they indemnify me, meaning find me innocent in a court of law because they pay me to do this. Okay, so that's the only way I'll do that. Okay? Otherwise, I'm just holding on to these just to see what God wants me to do with them next. You might think that's strange. You don't want to be a cop. I don't think that's strange. I think that's humility. Okay? So, because what are the rules of engagement? What are the lines of defense? What are you using to enforce? Are you using a firearm to make them listen? I would say that's too much. Are you using a taser? I would say that's too much. Are you using a billy club, an expandable baton? I would say that's too much. Are you doing whatever your sergeant or your captain, whoever is your superior is telling you to do, that's employed by a local police department? I would say that's by the book. That would be your protocol. Okay? Don't worry about what I do. It's none of your business. Don't worry about it. Let me do what I do. I don't do nothing but go on to these. Symbolically, God would rather me have this than any form of weaponry at all. Period. Bottom line. But while I practice, it's that. You know what I mean? Not, how can I wrestle somebody to get them on me? How can I get the fundamental down of not dropping them when I go from one cuff to the other? Okay? So that's something to think about before imagining using them for me or for you or for anybody. And like any superior is going to tell you on YouTube to your nearest department, so you imagine in your cranium, so you do in actual reality. Okay, this is not the Matrix, this is not simulation, this is real life. Kids don't try this at home, nobody do what Donnie does. If you want to do anything involving security, go to Allied, Universal, St. Louis, be a security guard there. I'm not hiring. Not until Jesus comes back. Jesus has to say yes, you can hire and then I'll do it. Okay, that's just the way it goes. You want to be a police officer and you're in the surrounding area, apply Pittsburgh Police or State Police, Pennsylvania. Okay, don't even try with me. Not intern, not nothing. Only thing I recruit people to is to study group. That's it. And we study virtually, like online. If you don't come to my house, I don't know who you people are. I don't care if I knew you all my life, I don't know you. You gotta back it up by lots of educations. You gotta have more certificates than me, or you gotta have as many as me. Not because I'm better than you, but so that we can be each other's crutches. And what that crutches means is LLC means one guy that's not a liability, another person who's not a liability, and somebody that's a C to do the confirmation that oversees the both of us, so we're not Beavis and Butthead. Okay? Somebody with a badge, a mom and pop, that's a staple in the community, a church leader, some kind of government leader. It doesn't matter, psychiatrist, therapist, whoever, alumni. Somebody got to be the confirmation, and that can't be two students, no matter how super we think we are. All right? Don't do drugs. Oh yeah, I forget. Oh no, I remember. Fund the police.